Hi, I'm Alexia. 6 months ago, I became a mother to the most beautiful baby girl in the world, Emma. But the day of her birth wasn't the joyful experience I'd dreamed about. Instead, it turned into a nightmare because of one person, my mother-in-law, Vivian. You look radiant today, sweetie. How are you feeling? Vivian asked, her voice syrupy sweet as she entered my hospital room the morning my contractions started. Thanks, Vivian. I'm nervous but excited, I replied, trying to ignore the way she inspected every corner of the room with disapproval. Jonathan, my husband, squeezed my hand. Mom, thanks for coming, but remember what we talked about? Of course, darling. I'm just here to support. Vivian's smile didn't reach her eyes as she patted my swollen belly. Though I still think you two rushed into this whole baby thing. You've only been married 2 years. Mom, Jonathan warned. What? I'm just saying what any concerned mother would. You had such big career plans, Jonathan. The nurse, Patel according to her badge, interrupted. Mrs. Lawrence, how far apart are your contractions now? About 5 minutes, I winced as another one hit. I'll get Dr. Martinez. We're getting close. Nurse Patel smiled warmly. And maybe just immediate family in the room during delivery? I am immediate family, Vivian huffed. I'm not missing the birth of my grandchild. As the hours passed, Vivian's comments grew increasingly pointed. Jonathan, darling, look how tired you are. You should rest. Your life is going to change forever after today, and not necessarily for the better. Dr. Martinez, a calm woman with kind eyes, noticed my distress. Mrs. Chen, perhaps you could step out while we check Alexia's dilation? I'm staying right here, Vivian insisted. During the most intense part of labor, I heard Vivian whisper to Jonathan, This baby is going to destroy everything you've worked for. Your promotion, your freedom, all gone. Mom, stop it, Jonathan hissed. When it came time to push, things escalated quickly. You're doing great, Alexia, Dr. Martinez encouraged. The baby's crowning. I need you to focus on your breathing with the oxygen mask. That's when it happened. This is taking too long, Vivian muttered, hovering behind the doctor. I felt the oxygen mask suddenly press hard against my face, cutting off my air instead of providing it. Through blurring vision, I saw Vivian's hands on the mask, her face contorted with determination. She's going to ruin your life, Jonathan, Vivian screamed. This baby will destroy everything. What are you doing? Get away from her, Nurse Patel shouted, pulling Vivian back. Security, Dr. Martinez called sharply, while replacing my oxygen mask properly. Jonathan stood frozen in shock. Mom, what? What did you just do? I was helping, Vivian protested as security arrived. She wasn't breathing right. She tried to suffocate me, I gasped, looking at my husband's horrified face. Your mother just tried to kill me and our baby. Mrs. Lawrence, can you describe exactly what happened again? Detective Wilson asked, his notebook open on my hospital bedside table. Emma slept peacefully in the bassinet next to me, oblivious to the chaos surrounding her entrance into the world. I was pushing, wearing the oxygen mask, when Vivian pressed it hard against my face. She was blocking the airflow deliberately while screaming that the baby would destroy Jonathan's life. I explained, my voice still raw. Jonathan paced by the window. I still can't believe this. There must be some explanation. Mom would never. But she did, Nurse Patel interrupted, entering with my chart. I saw the whole thing, Detective. Mrs. Chen deliberately obstructed the oxygen flow during a critical moment in delivery. If I hadn't intervened immediately, both mother and child could have suffered serious complications. My mother has always been protective of me, but this... Jonathan's voice broke. Protective? I scoffed. Is that what we're calling attempted murder now? Dr. Martinez joined us, her face grave. Detective Wilson, I've prepared my official statement. The hospital is pressing charges as well. What Mrs. Chen did wasn't just a momentary lapse. It was deliberate and dangerous. She's always said strange things about our relationship, I told the detective. But I never thought she'd actually try to hurt me. What kind of things? Detective Wilson asked. That I trapped Jonathan. That I wasn't good enough for him. that having a baby would ruin his career prospects. She did say those things, Jonathan admitted reluctantly. But I always thought it was just, you know, typical mother-in-law stuff. My best friend Cassie burst into the room. Alexia, oh my God, I just heard what happened. Are you okay? I'm fine, thanks to Nurse Patel's quick action. I can't believe Vivian would do something like this, Cassie said, hugging me carefully. Although, remember that dinner last Thanksgiving when she accidentally spilled hot gravy on your dress? And the time she told everyone at your wedding shower that you'd probably cheat on Jonathan like your flighty mother? Nurse Patel raised her eyebrows. Wait, she said what at your shower? Jonathan looked stunned. There's a lot you don't know, John, I sighed. I never told you everything because I didn't want to come between you and your mother. Detective Wilson cleared his throat. We'll need statements from everyone who witnessed the incident. And Mr. Lawrence, I'm afraid your mother is currently in custody. She's being charged with attempted assault and endangerment. What happens now? Jonathan asked, looking lost. Now? Cassie's eyes flashed. Now we make sure that woman never gets near Alexia or this baby again. I agree, I said firmly. And Jonathan, I need to know. Are you with me on this? Because I won't let her near our daughter. Ever. Jonathan looked down at our sleeping baby, then at me. I'm with you. What my mother did is unforgivable. But Alexia, this will mean a restraining order. A trial. It's going to get ugly. I know, I nodded. But I have a plan. Detective Wilson, can we talk about what happens next? 2 weeks after Emma's birth, I sat across from Vivian in the visitors area of the county jail. Jonathan stood beside me, his face set in hard lines. Vivian's usually perfect appearance had deteriorated, her designer clothes exchanged for a standard jumpsuit, her manicured nails now bare. Alexia, Jonathan, thank goodness you've come to sort out this ridiculous misunderstanding, Vivian exclaimed, reaching for Jonathan's hand across the table. He pulled back. This isn't a social visit, Mom. What do you mean? Surely you're here to drop these absurd charges. It was just a moment of confusion during the delivery. I leaned forward. A moment of confusion? You tried to suffocate me while I was giving birth to your granddaughter? That's a complete exaggeration. I was trying to help position the mask, while screaming that my baby would destroy your son's life? I challenged. Vivian's face hardened. Well, isn't that the truth? Look at him. Dark circles, missing work, your little apartment now crowded with baby junk. Everything he worked for? Stop it, Mom, Jonathan cut in. Emma is my daughter, and Alexia is my wife. They're my family. I'm your family. I raised you alone after your father left. I sacrificed everything. And now you expect me to sacrifice my family for you? Jonathan's voice rose. You tried to hurt them. I did not. Those nurses misunderstood. That doctor has it out for me because I questioned her competence. There are 6 witnesses, Vivian, I said quietly. 6 people who saw exactly what you did? Vivian's demeanor suddenly changed. Alexia, sweetie, please. I was just overwhelmed with emotion. The stress of becoming a grandmother. I wasn't thinking clearly. Don't sweetie me. Not after what you did. I'm sorry, truly sorry. Can't we put this behind us? For Jonathan's sake? For the family? Jonathan shook his head. You're not sorry for what you did. You're sorry you got caught. How can you say that? I love you. Everything I've ever done was for you. No, I interrupted. Everything you've done was to control him. You couldn't stand that he chose me, that we were starting our own family without your approval. Vivian's face contorted with rage. He didn't choose you. You trapped him with this baby. You've turned my son against me. You did that yourself, Jonathan replied coldly. I won't let you destroy my relationship with my son. Vivian suddenly lunged across the table toward me, her hands outstretched. Guards rushed forward, restraining her. You'll regret this, she screamed as they pulled her back. I'll make sure you never feel safe again. That baby should never have been born. As the guards escorted her away, Jonathan put his arm around me. I'm so sorry. I had no idea she was this unstable. Neither did I admitted. But now we have it on record. Another threat, with witnesses. The facility supervisor approached us. Mrs. Lawrence, do you want to press additional charges for that threat? Absolutely. I nodded firmly. Every single one possible. All rise. The Honorable Judge Pearson presiding, the bailiff announced as the courtroom settled into silence. I straightened my blouse, feeling Jonathan's supportive hand on my back. Across the aisle, Vivian sat beside her attorney, dressed in civilian clothes for the hearing, but looking far from her usual polished self. You've got this, Cassie whispered from behind me. Dr. Martinez and Nurse Patel sat nearby, ready to testify. The judge spoke. Today we're hearing case number 47392, State versus Vivian Chen, on charges of assault, endangerment of a minor, and subsequent criminal threats. How does the defendant plead? Not guilty, Your Honor, Vivian's attorney stated. After opening statements, I was called to testify. From the witness stand, I could see Vivian's cold stare. Mrs. Lawrence, please tell the court what happened during your delivery, the prosecutor requested. I recounted the events clearly, my voice growing stronger with each detail. When I finished, Vivian's attorney approached for cross-examination. Isn't it possible, Mrs. Lawrence, that in the stress and pain of childbirth, you misinterpreted my client's actions? Perhaps she was adjusting your mask to help? No. She pressed it against my face while screaming that my baby would ruin her son's life. That's not something you misinterpret. But you were in considerable distress. I was giving birth, not hallucinating, I replied firmly. And 5 medical professionals witnessed the same thing. Those medical professionals testified next, their clinical descriptions damning. When Jonathan took the stand, Vivian finally showed emotion, tears streaming down her face. Jonathan, darling, please, she called out. Don't do this to your mother. The judge gavelled for order. After a surprisingly brief deliberation, the verdict came, guilty on all counts. The defendant will rise for sentencing, Judge Pearson directed. I held my breath as the judge continued. Vivian Chen, your actions were not only a betrayal of your family, but a serious criminal offense. I'm sentencing you to 5 years imprisonment with the possibility of parole after 3 years. Additionally, a permanent restraining order will be issued protecting Alexia Lawrence and Emma Lawrence. You are to have no contact, direct or indirect, with them, or approach within 500 feet of their residence, workplace, or school. Vivian collapsed into sobs. Jonathan, you can't let this happen. As we left the courtroom, Vivian's attorney approached us in the hallway. Mrs. Lawrence, my client would like to speak with you privately. She wants to apologize and perhaps discuss visitation with her grandchild after she serves her time. Absolutely not, I stated firmly. Everyone deserves a second chance, the lawyer pressed. She's still Jonathan's mother. Jonathan stepped forward. A mother doesn't try to harm her son's wife and child. Tell her there will be no visitation, no reconciliation, no relationship of any kind. Later that evening, as we sat in our living room with Emma sleeping peacefully in her bassinet, Cassie raised her glass. To justice. And to new beginnings, Dr. Martinez added. She'd become a friend through this ordeal. How are you feeling? Nurse Patel asked me. Relieved? Safe? I looked at Jonathan. How about you? I never imagined my mother could do something so terrible, he sighed. But I know we made the right decision. Emma's safety comes first. Always. Do you think she'll ever understand what she did wrong? Cassie wondered. I shook my head. I don't think so, but it doesn't matter anymore. What matters is that we protected our family and made sure there were real consequences for her actions. And now we can focus on the future, Jonathan said, reaching for my hand. A future where our daughter grows up surrounded by people who truly love her. I looked around at our supportive circle, friends who had become family. The road ahead wouldn't be easy, but we'd face it together, stronger for having survived Vivian's betrayal. So, what's next for you two? Dr. Martinez asked. Honestly? I smiled. Just being normal parents, enjoying every moment with Emma without looking over our shoulders. And that, Jonathan said, kissing my forehead, is the greatest revenge of all. Have you ever had to cut someone toxic out of your life? How did you handle it? Share your stories in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more real-life drama.